go to the movies or go get my Chinese food. Because it was just like, alright, if he working, I can work too. Then I realized me and him having a conversation, and he'll say things like, he could come in whatever he wanted. Like, he didn't mind being broke in the sense of he worked for himself.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he was broke. He may not have the money that people may think he had, but he still was working for himself.
He had his time.
He had his time, and that's what. And and when I really look and reflect on it, my pops is 64. Yeah, my pops is 64. He retired at 64.
That's beautiful.
That's amazing. That's really and
where
he at,
it's crazy.
He's chilling. He's good. He's pretty good.
For him to have his own business and you to see his son probably out there, most likely motivated him.
Mm-hmm.
When you comes to that father and son conversation, you said you're happy.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say there was a talk about finances and how to save your money, where to invest your money?
He wasn't. I didn't learn that from him.
That's.
Yeah.
I feel like that's.
I mean, I did, but I didn't. Like he gave us practices because we would work for him in the summertime, me and my sister, and he would save money from each check. And at the end of the summer, we would go shopping. You know, we would have money to go shopping. We didn't spend all of our money, but that worked only but so much. You know, I learn more now about money management. It's still a process. It's still hard, but if I have questions on things like that, I can ask him, and I would ask him.
Mm-hmm.
But he's one of them people that, like, he's driving an old car. He doesn't care about none of that.
Yeah.
But
that old time way.
he's sitting pretty.
Yeah, it sounds like my dad. For him, it was like, we got allowance, but I would rather get up and get that, like, go shovel and cut.
My father fired me.
I'm crying. Yeah, we had we say allowance, and when I say allowance, what people hear allowance and be like, oh, silver spoon. Nah, like, the backyard is big. You know what it's like to mow a lawn with a manual freaking mower? It's not easy. So that $10 is not worth slavery.
Nah, but see, you know what's crazy about that? Think about this. Think about, he was teaching you, and you didn't notice at the time, but that was a trade.
Exactly. That, honestly, I look at it like that now.
That's landscaping.
I can't. When it came to chores, that's where it started for me, I guess. The structure in that, like, my mom was strict with the board. You don't get paid. You gotta do it because either it's gonna help the family. There has to be a positive, genuine reason for you to do chores. Like the dishes, you don't want your house to be dirty. Your mom's yelling at you, but it's like, yo, this is gonna help everyone in the long run. Keep the house healthy, calm. You don't think of it that way as a child. Mm-hmm. Did you have that same structure? If I'm gonna ask the question.
For me,
how did you grow up?
My mom, like, she was strict in a sense, but I didn't have that type of structure. It was more so like, you gotta go to school. You gotta do this. Like, it wasn't
like a job.
Yeah, you have to get a job. You gotta go to school. You gotta figure that out. Like, not so much of,
because you're a New Yorker, and yes,
I don't know if this has anything to do. I don't know, because my mom is from down south.
Okay.
Oh, my mom is from South Carolina.
I'll take that back.
She's from South Carolina, but a lot of people think my mom is from the Caribbean because of how strict she is, or was. Like, she wasn't strict in the sense like this, that, and the third, but she was a stern person. Like, she didn't take no mess. She doesn't take any
here, that's when you feel.
Oh no, I've always been here all my life.
Okay. So, would you say her traditional ways of her moving here is what made it that structure? You have to, like a job?
I think her upbringing, of course, affected how she raised me, my brother, and my sister. Yeah, I know that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now that we're talking about your mom, because I feel like
that's a big one.
I gotta get what's her backstory and let's represent mom real quick.
Yeah, mom's she's the big dog. Hardworking woman.
Okay.
I get my work ethics from my parent. My mom worked, she's still working. My pops, he worked forever, so it was just like that aspect that I didn't have to go and do other things to get money if I wanted it. You know, I know I can get a job. I know I can work for it. You know, I know I can put in the work to get it. My mom's just mad chill. Like, you know, she's into fashion. She's probably somewhere shopping right now at Home Goods or Target or something.
Would you say that was like the little...
I used to go everywhere with my mom when I was younger, so I used to be in a lot of the shopping stores, fall asleep under the racks type of thing.
Yes.
You know.
Okay, so you had the typical childhood of like, I don't want to be shopping with your mom.
Yeah, but I did.
And would you say that was back to that 13-year-old mindset of going shopping and then?
Oh yeah, what? I had a shopping habit bad.
That's
bad,
good. That's good.
Super bad.
So you're embedded from the stitching to like going to the clothing store. Mom says don't touch it, but I need to see what this feels like because I got ideas for later.
Yeah, I mean I see it now like that, but at that time it was just me being like, you know, I'm an adventurous type of person. Like I was traveling by myself at a young age, so I see things differently. Like I used to look at neighborhoods. When I go to neighborhoods, I look at graffiti to see what gangs is over here. Oh, okay, this is over here. I'm very observant because I traveled a lot by myself, so I had to be aware. It's basically, you know, your livelihood.
It's now that you say like how you took in different styles from, I wouldn't say take, you absorb New York City, all boroughs, seeing the different.
I wouldn't say all boroughs. I'm sorry. I haven't.
I like
frequented
this.
too
Is
much.
that New York?
I haven't frequented too much of the Bronx. I'm not even gonna lie. I've been there a couple
What's
times.
so wrong with the Bronx?
There's nothing wrong with the Bronx. I'm not gonna sit here and say that. You know,
It's a New York thing. I feel like
Manhattan, Brooklyn, a little bit of Queens.
You know, you remind me of
No Staten Island. I've probably been on the ferry.
Uncle Murder.
Oh, Uncle.
He just did an interview.
Yeah, shout out my son Brown. I was actually incarcerated with one of his friends.
That's hilarious.
And I seen Uncle Murder on the visiting floor before.
How does that feel to be like? How does it feel to know you're right there with that type of? Now, what it say?
I mean, not for nothing. Before my incarceration, I was around a lot of people, and I still am around a lot of people. Like, I just like to see when they are holding their people down. Me being around artists or celebrities, they human beings. I like to have conversations with them. Like, I met my favorite author, Ta-Nehisi Coates, in front of the store. You know,
that's crazy.
And I had a conversation. I'd rather have a conversation because I know a conversation will go way further sometimes than a picture.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because they're tired of a picture. So if we have a conversation, it's something that can be sparked and said that they will never forget.
It's like, would you rather take the 5,000 or the conversation? But
sometimes I might take the odds.
I'll take the money.
If the money is an option, I'm going to take the money. I'll talk to you later.
Yo, because ain't nothing you can tell me that I already got the money right here.
This is it. I mean, they can advise you.
No.
You know? It depends.
For me, it's like...
It depends.
5,000 or dinner with Jay-Z.
5,000 or 500,000 to dinner with Jay-Z. Because if it's 5,000, I'll have the conversation with Jay-Z for 5,000. All right, so 500,000, give me the 500,000, please.
And then instead of fuck Jay-Z,
I wouldn't say fuck him, but I'll say thank you, and I'll just keep it going.
Yo, that's hilarious. Can we take a time out? And then,
yeah.
Okay, cool. Because I got everything I needed for as far as like a purpose.